Good morning, everybody. Thank you all for coming today to help us celebrate 31 years, amazing career of Fire Chief Tom Huntington. It's great to see so many people here today, so many smiles. It really just underscores the impact that Chief Huntington has had on so many of us. To the Huntington family, I just wanted to say thank you for sharing your son, your brother, your dad, your grandpa with all of us for the last 31 years. We know the sacrifice, the worry, and the toll that this profession can have on those who love us the most, and we are extremely grateful for you guys giving him up for the last 31 years. And Tom, I have no doubt that your mom is looking down on you right now with nothing but pride and excitement for this next chapter of your life. So, also in attendance today, we have a retired fire chief from the City of Richland, Craig Williamson. Where's Craig at? There he is, right in the middle. Welcome, Craig. Thank you for joining us today.
Craig hired me, actually.
Wow. We'll talk later. So we truly are in this room with some amazing company, amazing spread of donuts, and the opportunity to celebrate an amazing individual in Fire Chief Tom Huntington. So in honor of Tom, I put writing my remarks off until about 15 minutes ago in the hallway. Something I haven't done before, but I'm trying to follow in his footsteps. So we'll see how this goes. But truly this morning is about honoring a leader who has given everything. His vision, his patience, his compassion, and yes, even his unique relationship with punctuality to this department and this community. Chief, your forward-thinking leadership didn't just guide Richland Fire and Emergency Services, it helped shape the direction of our entire region and even influence the industry. You drove modernization, strengthened our training, and maybe most importantly, inspired a cultural shift within this organization and has created who we are today. None of this happens by accident. It happens because of your love and your passion for this department, this community, and our profession. But with all of your accomplishments, the impact that stands tallest is the mark that you've left on the people. You lead with humility and with a belief in the potential of others. And for me, Tom, these last 4 years working side by side have been some of the most impactful and meaningful time of my career. Your patience, your guidance, and your genuine care you've shown to me have impacted me greatly, and I will take that well into the rest of my life. So thank you. Your leadership has made this department stronger, more unified, and better prepared to serve our community. And that quiet humility, your instinct to lift up others rather than shine the light on yourself, has become part of your legacy. Chief, you leave some big shoes to fill, but we are all extremely thankful for the foundation that you've laid and the opportunities to come in behind you and live out your expectations and legacies that you've established. Thank you for your vision, your patience, your heart for service, and your unwavering dedication to this community. Thank you for making Richland Fire and Emergency Services better than you found it. And thank you for leaving behind not only a stronger organization, but people who are better because of you. Thank you. So now I'd like to introduce Mayor Teresa Richardson and then City Manager John Amundsen to come up and have a few words.
Good morning, everyone. It is wonderful to see so many people here today and celebrate Tom, a truly remarkable leader. Well, and I've got to tell you that in preparing for this event, I had to spend the weekend because I know that Tom's future includes Metallica. And so I spent the weekend binging on Metallica. And at the risk of losing my mind and being totally fried, there were two things that really stood out to me. And one is that, Tom, do you realize how old they've gotten? Yeah, I think all of them could be on Medicare. And the other thing that hit me is that it really will be important for you to continue to attend their concerts because they may need some EMT care, right? So Tom, is what was mentioned before, 31 years is a long time to have a dedicated career serving the community with integrity, calm leadership, and unwavering commitment to protecting others. From your earliest days in the department, it was clear that you had something special, a rare combination of technical skill, steady presence, and natural leadership that helped you rise through the ranks. But what has always stood out is mostly your vision. You didn't maintain a fire service, you helped shape what would become the modern fire service, and you knew what it could be. You championed new training standards, modernization of equipment and technology, and launched programs like the Region 8 Officer Development Program, which strengthened training across our region. I'd like to pause here and just reiterate something that I shared with you personally. When we first met and I was new on council, we had a workshop and Tom was presenting the value of having a regional training facility. And I leaned into that a little bit because he mentioned that it helps shape the culture. And so I leaned into that a little bit more to try to understand the culture in our community. And he mentioned servant leadership. With that, I was so excited because I also had been reading about servant leadership and just realizing how that can shape the values of a community, that sense of why we love Richland, why it's unique. And so for you to be championing that meant a lot to me, and it made a big impact. I've thought about that several times, so thank you. Your leadership helped open 3 new fire stations, expand emergency response capacities, and enhance coordination with our partner agencies across the Tri-Cities. And you accomplished all of this while navigating an 80% workforce turnover, an extraordinary challenge that you handled with clarity, compassion, and deep commitment to developing the next generation of leaders. I think COVID was a part of that experience too, and I understand that you had some sleepless nights. That dedication to people is, I believe, your greatest legacy. Through your humility, your willingness to listen, you shaped a department grounded in unity, professionalism, and service. It's no surprise that your peers across Washington recognized you as the 2025 Dan Packer Fire Chief of the Year. That honor reflects not only what you achieved, but the way you achieved it, with integrity, vision, and unwavering belief in your team. Tom, on behalf of the City of Richland, our City Council, and this entire community, thank you. Thank you for your decades of service, for your strength you brought to every challenge, and for leaving this department stronger than you found it. We wish you and your family health, happiness, hiking, and a very fulfilled, very well-deserved retirement. Congratulations, Tom. Well-deserved. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Richardson, and thank you, Chief Ost. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today, as has been previously mentioned, to all of Tom's colleagues, co-workers, friends, community partners, and especially Tom's family. I know that mornings can be busy, especially a Monday morning, and so the fact that you're here, so many of you are here, just goes to show how much respect and affection each of us have for Chief Huntington. Tom, today is about you, your service, your leadership, and the legacy you leave behind. We've heard it mentioned a couple times already today, but 31 years. We have a gift later today, but I was actually thinking of switching that out. A real big gift card to 31 Flavors, Baskin Robbins. You have a year to complete it. That's 3 decades of calls answered, crises managed, people helped on some of the hardest days of their lives. It's early mornings, late nights, holidays, training hours, and countless moments where you ran toward danger so others could be safe. You started this journey in Richland as a firefighter, and over the years you worked your way through the ranks to become Fire Chief and Director of Fire and Emergency Services. That kind of career arc doesn't happen by accident. It takes grit, skill, steady character, and the confidence of the people you lead. You earn that confidence through a lifetime of showing up, doing the work, and doing it the right way. And as Fire Chief, Tom, you didn't simply keep a strong department running, you helped it grow into what it needed to become. You kept asking forward-looking questions. What should a modern fire service look like here in Richland for the next generation? And then you set about building it. Because of that, the department is more capable, more prepared, and more connected than it was when you took the helm. The impact of that vision will continue to serve this community for years to come. If you ask people what stands out most about your career, they won't just talk about your resume, they'll talk about how you lead, and that's already been mentioned earlier this morning. Tom, your leadership style is enthusiastic, fiercely loyal, and deeply encouraging of others. You bring energy into the room. You push teams to be better, not by pressure, but by belief. And you are a lifelong learner. You stay curious, you keep growing, and you create an environment where others want to grow too. That mindset has shaped the people you've mentored and the culture you've built. And you've done it all while embodying the city's values of teamwork, integrity, and excellence. Teamwork in the way you build shared commitment and never ask someone to go where you wouldn't go yourself. Integrity in the way you do the right thing even when nobody is watching. Excellence in the standards you set, the readiness you demanded, and the pride you took in delivering for the public. I also want to share something personal because it says a lot about who you are. When I came into the role as a new city manager, I reached out to Tom for help. Without hesitation, he stepped forward, willing, eager, and impactful to serve as interim assistant city manager. That's not a small ask, but it's a perfect example of Tom's servant leadership, seeing a need and saying, if the city needs me, I'm in. I'm grateful for that, Tom, and I won't forget it. There's a presidential quote that makes me think of your entire career. Harry Truman said, "It is amazing what you can accomplish if you do not care who gets the credit." Tom has lived that. Always focused on the mission, always focused on people, never focused on applause. And because of that, the city and this department are stronger. To Tom's family, thank you. The city sees the uniform and the accomplishments. You've lived the real cost of service. Interrupted meals, late night calls, missed moments, and the quiet worry that comes with loving someone who does this work. We are grateful for what you've shared and with this community for 3 decades. And could you guys please stand? The family of Tom, please stand. Sorry. Can we give them applause? Tom, I just needed that to stop crying. All right. Tom, as you step into retirement, I hope you feel proud. Proud of what you've done, proud of what you've built, and proud of the people who will carry your influence forward. I hope retirement brings you time with family and friends, new adventures, and deep satisfaction of knowing that you left the city of Richland stronger than you found it. So this morning, we celebrate you, Tom. Thank you for 31 years of courage, professionalism, and leadership. Thank you for serving Richland with integrity from your first day as a firefighter to your final day as fire chief. Your legacy is secure and your impact will last. As we wrap up this morning, we want to share something special. We recently sat down with Chief Huntington for a 10-minute conversation to reflect on his career, key milestones, and a few memorable moments. We're honored to share that interview with you now. Let's hear from Tom in his own words. Thank you. What is it that initially drew you to the fire service?
It was really something that happened well before I made the career decision. When I was in middle school, we had just moved to Spokane, and I had kind of short tail relative, but grew up thinking of her as an aunt, so very close relationship with her. And she was visiting our home with her daughter. She had been diagnosed with terminal cancer. The cancer that she had actually broke through her pulmonary artery. And so she actually passed away in our home that evening. But in the midst of that process, she woke up and was calling for help. And I was sleeping on the couch in the living room, and she was in the guest room. And so she knew I was there, and she was calling me by name. And what I remember distinctly about that experience is when the EMS crews first arrived, to that 12-year-old kid, it was like 1,000 pounds came off my shoulder. And in the chaos of that, they just brought a sense of relief and order. And when I graduated high school and was headed into college, I was actually on a very different career track. I was a music major, and that same local fire district that had responded that night was looking for volunteers, and they reached out to my dad and I and asked if we would consider volunteering. And it had never occurred to me until then. But that invitation and that experience to plug in with that agency is really what turned the corner for me, and has really been the foundation of how I think about what we do. Entering into people's worst day and bringing them hope that it can be settled and resolved in some meaningful way, and allow them to kind of reset into what the new normal will be.
Well, that's an amazing experience, and definitely shaped your career and your future. What has kept you committed to the fire and emergency services throughout the years?
Well, I think going back to that event, we have a really unique opportunity in emergency services to enter into people's lives. And early in my career, this concept of sort of customer service or customer experience was foreign. In fact, when I moved into the training division, I brought Alan Brunacini was the chief of Phoenix, and really brought this idea into the fire service in the 90s. So I brought some of his content in, and it was met with a lot of resistance. Like, they don't pay me to be nice; they pay me to be technically competent. And for me, what it has always been about is the people, and the people that we serve, and then the people in our organization who provide that service. There is nobody else that does this work. When people are having their worst day, it is 911, and it is us that arrives. And so we must be every single time at our best, because we're entering into the very darkest hours of those people's lives in many cases.
You've mentored so many firefighters and leaders throughout your career. What quality do you work hard to instill in that next generation?
First is never losing sight of why we're here. And again, that goes back to the people and the community that we serve. When we think about servant leadership, we've talked a lot about that over the last several years. We invest in our workforce, not just because we love our workforce and want them to be great and feel supported and loved and all those things, but we do that so that they are equipped to carry out the mission in the community. And I think it's really, really critical that we never lose touch with our core mission in the community, the services that we provide day in and day out. And then I think we do that best when we're humble. Mm-hmm. And I think that humility, our workforce does some amazing, highly technical work that nobody else could do, right? And there can be a sense of pride and so forth in that, and there should be. But at the same time, we have to always remain humble and recognize that there is more craft to master, that there are more dynamics to understand. There's a big picture to wrap our head around and engage with. And so I think it's really like those two things, staying focused on why we're here, and then being humble enough to know that we can still get better every single day.
Oh, that's fantastic. So who are some of the leaders that shaped who you are, instilled those values in you, and made a difference?
I've been really blessed over the years to have a lot of really key mentors and leaders along the way. Would have to start with Grant Baines, the previous fire chief. He invested really, really heavily into helping me get ready, and in fact, sort of wrapping my head around even the possibility of being a fire chief. That was not on my career path at the time that he first broached it with me. John Boardman is another. I worked much of my career with him, both in operations and the training division, and very, very influential. And John was just untouchable integrity and character, and always about being at the top of our craft. Very, very, very influential in shaping both how I saw the job, as well as what we could be as Richland Fire. So I'm very, very thankful for those two guys especially, and there's many more over the years.
what would you say is that one project or that one call that has had the biggest impact on you personally?
Well, I might actually grab a call because any of our fire folks that end up watching this video, most of them will never have known me as anything but the chief. But I did actually start at the very beginning and work my way up through. Sure. A couple of quick calls that stand out distinctly in my mind. The school that is now Liberty Christian High School was, I think, Lewis and Clark Elementary School, okay. But that building caught fire. And by the time we arrived from Station 1, there was 40, 50-foot flame lengths, and it was going. We committed to an offensive attack, which means we're going into the building. And that night, we got lucky on a couple of fronts. John Boardman was on a crew that I mentioned earlier that got into the building, and then one of these 200 or 300 pound fire doors actually closed behind them on their hose line, and they were actually trapped in the building for a period of time. And we were scrambling to try and figure out how to get them out. And at the same time, I was on the front of the building with my crew as a firefighter at that time. And the whole front of that building was a plate glass, open kind of multi-pane window thing. And that entire window structure actually tipped off of the front of the building. And we sort of grabbed each other as a crew and ducked in against the base of that building. And that entire plate glass structure fell out into the lawn right on top of where we were just a moment before. So it was really very, very early in my career. We have a lot of bravado, and we love fighting fire and breaking down doors, but it was a real reality check for me, probably in my second year here, that we got to take this serious because things can and do go wrong. And if we get overconfident in what we're doing, that's when we start to really put ourselves at risk and to the detriment of the people we're trying to serve and ourselves, right? The other one that really stands out is on the EMS front, and this is probably the most obscure call. I'm not sure anybody else that was with me would even remember this call because it's pretty mundane. But I was at least a captain and maybe even a battalion chief by this point, and we went to a call of an older gentleman that had terminal cancer. And he didn't have any family, he was living alone, and had called 911 because he was just violently ill, probably from the effects of medication. And I remember the crew coming at it, and they're friendly and helpful and all that, and they're getting him ready to transition to the ambulance. There was nothing improper, but they had sort of lost track of the person there. And I remember he was in the bathroom, and he was being physically ill. And I remember going in there and just grabbing a wet washcloth and holding his head and just walking him through that minute of misery and suffering, right? And to me throughout my whole career, whether working on the engine or the ambulance or different roles, that again, entering into the intimacy of people's kind of darkest day, right? And helping in some way.
Yeah.
So.
Wow. Let's switch it up a little bit and talk about what are you looking forward to in retirement?
Oh boy. Well, I have a couple of things lined up that will keep me busy. And then in 2026, we have a trip to Ireland planned. So okay. I think most people that know me know that I was able to get to a doubleheader Metallica concert in Finland last year. We're going to do that in Dublin in 26. So we've got tickets for the Metallica doubleheader in Dublin. So we'll travel the southern part and actually hopefully get up to the northern part of the island as well while we're over there. And then just way more family time. Yeah. These jobs take a lot of time and a lot of attention, and so sometimes even when you're at family dinner, your thought is still at work and your focus is still on other things. And so I'm really, really looking forward to just having the headspace and the heart space to really engage with the family and get some grandpa time with my grandkids and some of those things. So yeah, I'm very excited. I'm really excited to just try some new things and see what's out there.
Anything you want to say to the community as you close out your time?
It has been such an honor and privilege to. I've not just worked here; I've lived here, and I think that's a unique opportunity where you're working in the industry and providing the service to the community that you also reside in. I guess to everybody in the community, thank you. It's been a profound opportunity, and although there's the end of the Tom era is upon us, and that will shift. the future has never been brighter for our organization, both at the fire department level and at the city level. And so my generation has helped this incoming generation get ready, and the ceiling on the leadership team that's coming into play and the talent and the capacity is far beyond what we have ever had to work with. So it will be really, really exciting to sort of switch seats and see what everybody can do in these new roles with the new, energy and enthusiasm and so forth, and really be able to savor that growth and investment that they'll make too.
Thank you, Tom and John, for that. That was pretty special. I'd like to invite up Local 1052 President Chris Denny to say a few words.
Good morning, everybody. I'm pretty good about off-the-cuff speeches, but I learned at Payroll Jane's ceremony that I better write something down because I got pretty emotional when I looked her in the eye and she was sobbing. So, like Randy said, I'm Chris Denny, Local 1052 President. I'm grateful for the opportunity to speak about Chief Huntington today. I appreciate the relationship Chief Huntington and I have developed the past couple of years. The bedrock of this relationship is open communication. Chief Huntington could always call me and I could always call him. We made sure neither of us were blindsided by an issue. We could tell each other hard truths about a position the city took or the union took on an issue. We could always work together to find a resolution that worked for both parties. I think our last contract is a really good example of that. Many will disagree with me, but I believe my job as a union president isn't to extract as much as I can from the city. I can say that because I'm not running for re-election, so that makes it really easy to say. But working with Randy and Tom to take care of the brave men and women of Richland Fire and EMS so they can take care of the citizens of Richland and serve their needs. I'm extremely proud of the work the union and Chief Huntington have done together over the years, becoming a fabric woven into this community. Chief, we'll have an axe for you at the retirement dinner, so you have to show up. Thank you for everything over the years, and I would also like to take this opportunity to thank your dad for the copious amounts of rum cake over the years, which would be considered an open container in a lot of states, I think. So, Chief Huntington, thank you for everything.
Thank you, Chris. We have another short video. It's a comical one, to say the least. Throughout the years of Chief Huntington's tenure, he was a part of a lot of videos for the city, and there were a lot of outtakes and cuts. And so our marketing department has done a fantastic job of putting those all together for your amusement this morning. So take a look.
All right, if you can grab a seat, we'll get this program started. Or just stand where you were and turn around, I guess. Are we ready to start? Okay, let's see what the gingerbread man's up to this morning. So I'm thinking something like, on behalf of the Richland Fire Department, or what do you think? You got some words for me?
What? Come on, you were once my firefighter. I know you could talk to me.
I had the words and they didn't come out. I'm Tom Huntington, Chief of the Richland Fire Department.
Let's get the chief. That's the fire chief right there. That'll wake you up, huh?
So how long have you been with Richland Fire?
So I started with the city in 1994. So I'm about 28 years. I think going on 29 years this year.
Yeah, I was in junior high, Tom.
Everybody see the firefighters there? Yeah. What do you think's inside that fire station? Fire trucks. So we're gonna bend over. We're gonna put 1 foot in, 2 foot in. Pull our pants up with suspenders. 1 arm in, 2nd arm in. Pull over coat close.
Sarah Carson.
911, are you calling about the zombies?
Yes.
Okay, you need to run.
It's close to midnight. Something evil's lurking in the dark.
Oh man, it's quite a night tonight. Man, is anybody even working at dispatch tonight? Oh wow, I haven't seen this video in forever. They will possess you unless you change your number on the dial.
Wow, 10 miles an hour.
No, Tom, there was wind. I want a do-over.
No, it's not your turn. 10 is a new number. Lacey, it's your turn. Okay, I'm ready. You ready, Tom? Are you okay?
You got like 3 feet of air that time.
Yes, just a moment. I'll get him for you. Thank you. Tom!
Yes?
Oh, I gotta see John's online one. Okay.
And then just to think, sure, you're the best from here? Okay.
Tom, are you there? What am I supposed
John's
to say?
on line 1.
Oh, okay. Tom, John's on line 1.
Thanks, Sherry. You're the best.
Yes. Oh. Stop it.
Hey, Tom, come on in.
You wanted to stop by?
Yeah.
How's it going?
Thanks for taking time. Oh, I see you're still carrying around your award.
Well, yes, of course.
It's been 3 years. I'm glad you.
Yes, best 3 years of my career.
That's right.
Why did the fisherman have to quit his job?
I don't know.
Couldn't afford the net income. All right. Why did the fisherman have to hang up on his boss?
I don't know.
He had something on the other line.
Good one. Good one. What's brown and sticky?
What do you got, Chief?
A stick.
Fair.
Did you hear about the scarecrow that won an award?
I haven't.
He was outstanding in his field.
No, perfect. All right. That's actually good. I don't have any more. So. I think once again, the trophy goes to the fire department. Seems to be a theme.
Well, I know what's right. I got just one line. In a world that keeps on pushing me around, but I'll stand my ground. And I won't back down. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, I will stand my ground, and I won't back down.
Huntington? 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 Huntington?
It's getting tough coming up with new illnesses. It's a little childish, but then so is high school.
I can't believe they bought it. How could I possibly be expected to handle work on a day like this?
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you can miss it.
All right, Tom, if you could make your way up here, we have some awards to give you. You can bring the little people too if you want. How you doing?
It's all quite mortifying.
Well, on behalf of Richland Fire and Emergency Services, we wanted to present you with this plaque for your 31 years of amazing service, and thank you for all that you've done for this organization, this community, and for each and every one of us. So, thank you.
Thanks, Randy. Appreciate it.
You are, the mic is yours if you'd like to say a few things.
Okay. Wow, this is all wildly uncomfortable and so humbling. I can't tell you how much I appreciate seeing all of you that I work with on a regular basis, and so many of you who I get to see much less often, and I'm deeply touched and appreciative of everyone being here today. It's funny to think back with the generation before us, talk about how quickly the career goes, and when you're 20 years old and starting, you think it's a bunch of hooey, and then 30 years later, you've blinked a few times, and here you are, excited about the generation that's following us as we head out to do our next step. To all of you guys that helped raise us, thank you. For everybody that I have had the opportunity to work with day in and day out, all the people that influenced my early years and helped me get going in this industry, so many great memories, and I'm so appreciative. In a couple of weeks, on Christmas morning, people are gonna wake up, get out of bed, run out to the Christmas tree, and they probably won't pause in the living room and say, "Look, the Christmas lights are working. Thank goodness for Richland Energy Services doing their job." And they're gonna put the turkey in the oven, and the oven's gonna work, and they're gonna use the bathroom, take a shower. They're probably not going to pause and say, "I'm so thankful that the water department made sure all that stuff's working." And they're gonna celebrate, unwrap their presents, put all the wrapping in the boxes in the bin, and they're probably not gonna pause and say, "I'm so thankful that the garbage trucks will be here, yes, even on Christmas, to keep everything clean and looking great." And after the turkey fest, some come down and walk the beautiful parks that we have, and they probably won't pause and say, "I'm so thankful for the people that mow the lawn and do the work to create Winter Wonderland and all the things that are baked into how we live and work and play in Richland." And for a few unfortunate folks in our community, they will call 911 for one reason or another, and they probably won't even register that the person that answers the phone is working on Christmas, and the crews that respond to their home are doing the same. They probably won't pause to say, "I'm so thankful that the fire department worked with finance to make sure the ambulance utility budget is balanced and the service is well funded." All of these things that we do day in and day out in local government can seem extraordinarily mundane. But in the accomplishment of those seemingly mundane bodies of work that we each have throughout the entire city, no matter what department you work in, we create something really special. We create, in fact, I talked with Chris's division a week and a half ago. We create space for people to celebrate their lives, to spend the time with their family, to mourn, to do all the human experience. And really, we create and we enter into sacred space in local government. It's really easy to forget that because of the grind, right? Working in government is hard, and it never lets up anymore. There's no downtime. And we never get credit for the good things that happen, and we always take it across the left cheek for the things that don't go the way we'd hope they'd go. But we keep doing that because we create and enter into sacred space with our community. That is what I will miss. I will miss each and every one of you that I've had the honor and privilege of working with in that crazy, hard, mundane work that we've done together to create something really, truly spectacular and special here in Richland. I've had the opportunity and the privilege to travel and see a lot of different cities, a lot of different departments all over the country. And I'm here to tell you, if you don't know this already, what we have here is something really, really special. And that only happens because of every single person in this room and what you have contributed to make that happen. So for all the kind words and the accolades and the things that you all have pointed to so far today, thank you. I'm humbled. But the reality is that I didn't do a single one of those things. We did all of those things together. And it has been the privilege of my lifetime to spend this time and do this work with all of you. So thank you.
Tom, if you'll come up here, please. So we tried to think of a gift that we could give Tom that represented the span of his career. And we had some art commissioned of a watercolor of each of the fire stations.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
So we give that to you in celebration of your retirement.
Thank you, John.
Congratulations, Tom. Thank you. Once again, want to thank everyone for attending. Invite you to continue to mingle, see those that you haven't seen in a while, touch base, because it's that human connection that matters most. All right, thank you, and once again, thank you for being here.